Not every camera has to change the industry. Some just need to change the way you shoot. This is not a specs war. This is about experience, design, and the kind of images that stay with you.
Well, the Sigma BF is kind of an anomaly in today's camera world. It's very simplistic, but it's a fully capable camera. It's a full-frame mirrorless camera. It's very minimalistic, yes, but if you can get over that simplicity, that minimalism, then this camera could serve you a beautiful experience, and it lets you enjoy the craft of making photographs, really. And I think that's the reason I love this camera so much. It's kind of like a Leica M, but no viewfinder, more futuristic, and a little smaller than that. And you can adapt pretty much any camera lens that you want. I usually adapt Leica M mount lenses, and this is the Noctilux 50mm. And as you can see, we're out here in the desert. I'm on a road trip with friends, and it's very windy today, super hot as well. And let's see what this camera is capable of out in the wild, basically. BF uses a 24 megapixel full frame backside illuminated sensor. It's not a stacked sensor, so it's not the fastest in terms of readout, but in terms of actual color and tonality, this sensor is beautiful. It does capture a ton of dynamic range, and the colors are very rich and contrasty, which I like. I think it's a very similar sensor to what Leica uses in the SL2S, or maybe the SL3S as well. And yeah, the sensor is great here. It doesn't have a mechanical shutter, which is a little bit of a bummer, because when you shoot, let's say at nighttime, which I do often, then you start to get a lot of rolling shutter and rolling shutter artifacts, which are not the biggest of deals, but you should know about them. I'll pop some photos on the screen so you'll see what I'm talking about. Some flickering issues, basically. When you are shooting outside, it's not an issue at all. And also, one thing I wanted to say, because I kind of missed it in my earlier video about the BF when I just got it, and that's the base ISO of this thing. It's unlike any other sensor I've used, and the base ISO is 250, which is weird, but the images are fine. They are very clean, even below that, but you do start to lose a bit of dynamic range if you go below 250 ISO. So yeah, you should know that. And another thing I wanted to say about it, it's a very quick experience to use. Because it's all internal storage, you have 230 gigs, I believe. The experience is seamless. So when loading the images, when you scroll through them, even if you shot a lot of images, you can scroll through all of them in a matter of seconds, and there is no loading time. You can zoom in, see all of the detail, and that's beautiful. In terms of the actual color profiles, Sigma has baked in a lot of JPEG profiles, and I found in the latest Lightroom update, I will put a version on screen, you can actually get the same looks on the raw files in Adobe Color, whatever, in the camera color profiles. And they added everything, and it's beautiful, and I really like the look. I will tell you what is my favorite one of them. Just a second, let's see. The name is FOVB and FOVY and Rich. The Rich profile is very nice. The FOV, whatever, they are also very nice. And yeah, the files are great. I have nothing bad to say about them. in all honesty. Well, in terms of the file, as I said before, I wanted to add that the colors are very neutral at the end of the day, so you don't have to fight them when you are going into the edit, and that's great for me. Every camera I use, I don't want the files to have such a dramatic color that I cannot work around. So this camera, the colors are kind of very neutral if you go with the base profile, and they are very easy to edit, and I like that a lot. In terms of low light and dynamic range, again, the low light is very usable, I have to say. I did not expect it to be this good. Up to, let's say, 3200 ISO, it's great, I have nothing to complain about. If you go to 6400, well, the image does start to break a little, but it's not unusable, don't get me wrong. You can still use the image and it still looks kind of great. The noise isn't so much of noise, it's more like film grain. It doesn't have color baked into it, so that's good. We like that. And yeah, so in terms of ISO performance, it's great. It's up there with most full-frame cameras in the 24 megapixel range. You just need to know how to get around the no mechanical shutter, because when you are shooting in low light scenarios, most lights do tend to flicker. So you need to get around it or use it to get a certain look. I will put some pictures on screen where I used the actual flickering to enhance the image. And I do think it's possible, you just need to get used to it.
Shooting with the Sigma BF feels like being present. It forces you to slow down a bit, and in a weird way that makes your shots better. It basically strips photography back to the basics: composition, timing and intention. Nothing more, nothing less.
Let's talk autofocus. This camera works fine with autofocus lenses. Everything L-mount will work fine. I used it with some of Leica's L-mount SL lenses and it worked beautifully. Yes, they are a little too big for this camera, this I did notice, but the autofocus is fine, it works, it's tracking faces, eyes, and it's much nicer than I expected, honestly. But I didn't get this camera for autofocus lenses. My main experience with this camera and what I really wanted to achieve is adapting M-mount lenses, because that's the bread and butter and the most look I can actually get out of this thing. And adapting Leica M lenses is a dream with this. The magnification here is great, the performance in live view and even magnified to 100 or 200% on screen, the performance is great. So I have no real complaints about it. There is a little timer when you are magnifying the view, when you are focusing, so that's kind of annoying. Is it a deal breaker? No. I guess you can hear the wind now because it is picking up. And yeah, and it is also very hot, if you can see me sweating here. Yeah, it is very hot and very windy now, oh shit. Yeah, and also another thing, let me get closer here, but it won't make an actual difference because the microphone is here. And the best thing about this camera is its simplicity, and also the fact that it is one piece of metal. This whole thing is just one block of aluminum. There is nothing moving about it. The sensor doesn't move, and there is no shutter, which is, we've already talked about it. So it feels like a camera from the future. And the build quality wise, it feels like a Leica. And it actually feels better than some Leicas. I know this will get you stirred up, but it does. It really is a phenomenal built camera. The screen is beautiful on the back, it's very bright. Even in a scenario like this, I can use it completely fine. And right now I am beginning to understand that I did not bring an ND filter for this Noctiluxe. So I probably could not shoot at 0.95 in the middle of the day. But we are going to have some blue hour shots at the end of the day, so yeah, there's that. And also, one other thing I wanted to say, the battery here, the mechanism is beautiful. This is the battery. It's very weird, but it does use the space extremely well. And yeah,